God damn it, man.
Welcome to Mets Talk Unfiltered, hosted by Hector and Eddie.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, my good people? Welcome to Mets Talk Unfiltered season wrap up. David Stearns presser reaction, therapy, crying session, whatever the hell you want to call it. But here we are, baby. Here we are, episode number 23. Um, and yeah, not the episode that we wanted to do, at least not this early in the season. At least I know I didn't. I'm sure Eddie didn't. And I'm sure them the episode that you guys want to watch. But we appreciate you guys coming in and gals coming in regardless. And hopefully we'll have some fun here for a little while as we try to make sense of what we just watched. How you doing, Eddie?
Oh man. So I went to Saturday's game. Incredible experience. I was so hyped. The fact that the pitching we got 5-0, and then went to Sunday's game. And that couldn't have been any worse. Again, I said it yesterday. It was like being at a funeral. That's how depressing it was. It was awful. It was a terrible day. And you play the Marlins in game 161 and 162. You win game 161, but the Mets always lose game 162. And again, the bullpen failed them yesterday. It was Stanek. First it was Stanek, then it was Rogers. And ultimately the hitting failed them. And I think everything failed them yesterday. Hitting, coaching, organization, everything. And I'm a little bit calmer now. And I've kind of processed it now, but I'm still pissed off. I'm still fucking fuming. Just they're a bunch of frauds. That's what they were. And you know what? We shouldn't be surprised. Nobody should be surprised because we watched 3 months and 2-3 weeks of really bad baseball. So nobody should be surprised. But it's still shocking when you had a chance and you blew it. And Milwaukee did us a favor and they beat them in that last game. Everybody said, "Oh, they're going to lay down." No, they didn't. They won.
Yeah,
We couldn't do it.
exactly. It was like yesterday was a microcosm of the season. Like you said, we saw everything. We saw bad managing by Mendoza, in my opinion. We saw the lack of hitting with runners in scoring position. We saw the lack of bullpen. We saw the lack of starting pitching, we could say. Although that's what really frustrated me yesterday. But I got to be honest, Eddie, once it was done, I wasn't even angry anymore because, like you said, like we knew it was coming. We were trying to be in denial about it. We were hoping beyond hope that some way, somehow, this team will figure it out and make some kind of miracle. But the reality is that we knew that this team just didn't have it. I kept saying for a while, this team just doesn't have it, whatever it is. This team doesn't have it.
No.
Right? And it could be anything. Last year it was OMG and all that nonsense. This year, it was nothing. It was nothing.
It was
Uh,
bad though. It still was bad because
no, it was definitely bad, and especially the way it played out. But
yeah,
you gotta understand, Eddie. I got so frustrated during the live watch along that I was doing, especially even before I started it. I'm driving home. I'm watching the game in the car, and I see him go out there to get Manaya. And I'm hoping he's going out there to talk to Manaya and say, yo, we got to be careful, whatever. See
right.
how he's feeling, whatever. I understand the whole all hands on deck, bro. But you don't have to use every hand because they're all on deck and ready to go. And that's what it felt like to me. Like he was in a rush to just go through these guys because I got everybody available. And instead, you also just went through the usual suspects earlier than you needed to, which was another whole problem in itself. If the game we were able to tie it and all of that. But when he went out there and he got Manaya, you saw even Manaya was like you saw his show,
Yeah.
and I had the same reaction, bro. Like at that point, game over. At that point, game over. And then when I saw Stanek come in the game, that's when I really lost it. And of course, we know what happened. So once I got past that, and then I just kept watching feudal at bat and inning after inning go by where we're doing nothing and we give up an opportunity. Even in, I think it was, what was it, the third inning? Juan Soto comes up first and second, double play.
Place is going nuts. The place was going absolutely ballistic at that point. It was
You
like
know what I'm saying?
it was
Is
like we
that not
scored
what we
three
got Juan
runs.
Soto for? To make
Yeah,
a difference there, to make an impact, to
yeah.
change the game, to be a game breaker, be a game changer. And instead, what we saw pretty much all year, I don't give a damn what nobody says. You could talk about the 40 plus home runs, the stolen bases. All that shit is garbage to me. More often than not, when we needed him to come through in a big spot, he wasn't able to do it. Now, it doesn't mean that he's a bad player. It doesn't mean that I dislike the guy, that I want to get rid of him, that he sucks. I'm just telling you what actually happened, what I saw with my own eyes. I'm not talking about expected numbers or anything like that. But
I
again,
think I think
last night was a microcosm of everything, even to the Pete Alonso line drive that I'm pretty sure everybody thought, here we go.
I thought it was gone off the bat because
I thought it was in the gap.
the sound that made Hector in the stadium. I'm in there. The
160
sound
miles an hour.
was like one of the loudest cracks I've ever heard. So right off the rip, I'm thinking this thing is fucking gone. And then I look up and the stadium's going wild. I'm like, he caught it. And the fans didn't realize it until about 2 seconds later that he caught it.
Yeah. No, listen, when I saw that, I said, okay, here we go. So once that's caught, like that's what it's like, nah, this is
That
it's
was the
just not gonna
hardest
happen.
hit ball of the season, Hector. Do you know that?
Say again?
That was
Yeah,
that
that's
Pete
what I'm
Alonso
saying.
line drive
Yeah.
was the
That's what I said. When
hardest hit ball of
you
the
heard
season.
that noise, that sound that you heard, that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? That's why you heard that sound, because it was the hardest hit ball. But the way it came out, I said I thought it was just in the gap. I said, okay, we getting at least two here. And now we're talking. We cut the lead in half, and
Correct.
now we're cooking. You know what I'm saying? But no. And then for the season to end with a double play by Lindor, like, and it's just
It was so bad.
it
It
was
was so
terrible.
bad. So bad. So just and then like you see these people and like they're so happy for the Mets to be unsuccessful. It's crazy. And I never experienced this as it being a Met fan, like Yankee fans hating on Met fans. I never experienced this until we took Soto from them. And they're like ruthless, bro. It's crazy. Crazy.
I mean, it's always been there, and I feel like we kind of bring it upon ourselves too. One, the Mets always have done funny stuff, and then us fans now, especially, have been extremely arrogant, bro. Met fans have been extremely arrogant. I was saying in the space the other day, I think it's time we start humbling ourselves a little bit
We
with how arrogant we've been.
we
You
have as
know,
many World Series trophies as the Marlins, Hector.
well, the Marlins have seen two,
Right. And we have two in our whole history, and we've been around 30 years longer than them.
right? But they've seen two in most Met fans' lifetime. At least one, probably, maybe. I shouldn't say two in most Met times, but
No, I mean 97 and 2003. Well, I mean that's the demographic
Yeah,
of a Met
you know
fan.
what? Yeah, yeah, maybe. There's
He
quite a few. But I just feel like we've been a little arrogant. Even the way we were talking about other teams like the Red Sox and the Blue Jays early on in the season, and the whole Vladdy thing, and you know. But whatever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Um, Honestly, I don't even like. We've talked so much about this season, Eddie, that I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Like I said, I don't know if I said it here, but I said it to you right before we came on. I was belly on X today. I listened to the radio a little bit. I called BT and Sal earlier today, you know. But other than that, I once I called, I took it off and I just worked and listened to music and whatever and had conversations. Then, of course, to top it off, one of my last riders was a Met fan. So we got into that as we're talking. And he's like, wait a minute, Hector, were you the Hector? There was a Hector that spoke to Mendoza. I said, yeah, that's me. And whatever. So which was it turned out to be good. The guy gave me a $20 tip, so that was great. I didn't realize it till later on the app, and I at least something paid off for being a Met fan. You know what I mean?
All right.
But I don't know. I'm just exhausted by this team, man. This season was so agonizing, Eddie. We were waiting all year, waiting. Some people waited all year for the other shoe to drop, right? And they finally got it. The other shoe dropped. Some of us kept waiting for, we're going to figure this out. Yeah, I know there's flaws. But we're going to figure it out. Manaya's going to come back. Senga's going to come back. This and this and that. The trade deadline. We'll make some moves. Shut up! We maybe have some young guys that'll be able to come up. God darn it, man. And I don't know how to turn the ring off on this damn phone.
Silence. Do not disturb.
That's what I'm about to do. I just really want to turn the ring off, but I'm gonna do the do not disturb. Um, Gosh, but just
Bruce Bochy is
agony, bro. Just agony and waiting for something that never came. Again, for some that were waiting for the other shoe to drop, yes, that came. But who the hell really wants that? For us, those of us that were waiting and hoping that this team was gonna figure it out, this is the reward that we got. This is what we got, and it's just hurtful. It's hurtful more than
sucks.
Angering to me. Like it just hurt. Like I didn't expect this, Eddie. What I kept telling you. Nah, these guys learn how to win. No, we learn leaders. We got leadership now. These guys learn how to be leaders, and so on and so forth. And the reality is, I was wrong. I was wrong about everything. Wrong about Mendoza.
Were you wrong with Mendoza, though? I mean, I don't know. I think, all right, so here, look. Out of the three people I heard, that the heads of the organization, the owner, the GM, the manager, out of those three people, the guy who came across the worst to me is David Stearns. I thought Cohen took complete accountability, fucking just cut it, just came right at us, said the truth in his tweet today. I thought Mendoza
honestly could kiss my ass. But I shouldn't say that. But I didn't even read because now he comes. I haven't even looked at the post. I've heard about it a little bit. I haven't looked at it. But since you mentioned it, I'm gonna bring it up here so I can look at it for the first time with the people here, and I'll react to this nonsense. Here we go. There it is. And this is courtesy of X, obviously. And he says, my bad. Let's make this bigger so you guys can see it.
There we go.
Mets fans everywhere. This guy's funny. Like we have fans all over the place. We're not there yet, brother. We're not there yet. But okay, whatever. We kind of do. But you know what I'm trying to say. Mets fans everywhere. I owe you an apology. You did your part by showing up and supporting the team. We didn't do our part. You think?
Yeah.
We would do a post-mortem and figure out the obvious and less obvious reasons why the team didn't perform up to your and my expectations. We are all feeling raw emotions today. You're damn right. I know how much time and effort you have put into this team. You think? Yeah. The result was unacceptable. Your emotions tell me how much you care and continues to motivate the organization to do better. Thank you to the best fans in sports. Interesting. You are motivated. The organization is motivated. But one of your best players says, I'm not motivated. I'm driven. And everybody ate that up. I
Who's
won.
that?
What do you mean, who's that? We spoke about that when he said it. And I was probably the only one who was like, whatever, dude. Whatever. That was Lindor, bro. I'm just having fun, ladies and gentlemen.
Lindor's
Listen,
always
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it from anybody in the comments. I'm going to listen. Anyways. But yeah. But that was your boy, Steve Cohen. So you like this, huh?
I thought that was the best. I thought that was the best reaction out of the three heads of the New York Mets. And then the second best, I thought Mendy really took it. I thought he took all accountability. And to me, David Stearns, was fucking like a word salad politician answers today in his. Yes, he took accountability, but he's given these, word salad answers. He just sounded to me like it rubbed me the wrong way.
No, I didn't really have too much of a problem with Stearns' presser, honestly. I like you said, I thought he took accountability. He kind of, yeah, he did. He did front office speak. He told you stuff and didn't tell you some other things. You know what I'm saying? Didn't want to get into specifics, but once again emphasized the path or the philosophy or the plan is to build pitching from within and build an abundance of pitching.
What was the word he used over and over today? Defensive. What was it? He kept on saying it.
Run prevention. That's always
run
been a thing.
prevention. There you go. Run prevention.
It's always been a thing though since he got here.
But come on, man.
Some of the guys are actually they were all over that. Run prevention. Run prevention.
That to me was word salad.
We haven't seen it. I mean, but what's word salad about it? Is that one not what?
He's not giving straight answers, man.
What do you want him to say, Eddie? What do you want him to say? What exactly? What did you want a straight answer for that you didn't get?
I understand he can't answer certain questions. I understand that. I fully understand that he has to be smart when it comes to free agents. But he could have been a little bit more down to earth today. Okay? He's talking like he's Mr. Harvard. I don't want to hear that. He used the word holistic to quote one of our guys in the spaces. Okay? He's using all these fucking funny words. Just be real. Be real to us. Enough. We put enough time into this. And I have to hear this fucking asshole telling me about holistic and then run prevention. No shit.
I don't need. But okay, but that's what. But this is what I told a few people when I need to hear from these guys. I need to hear. What do you think you're going to hear? You're not gonna like what you're going to hear. We're never gonna like what we're going to hear because they're just not gonna tell us what we want to hear. They're not gonna tell us everything. But for me,
I expect to tell us everything. But run prevention. Why don't you break it down a little bit for us?
He did. Run prevention, defense, pitching. Okay, what breakdown do you want?
He should have fucking took it on the chin with Montes. He should have took it on the chin right there. Montes was a huge mistake. He should have said that.
But he said that before we made some bad moves. He said that.
He should point out to that one.
You know that who does that? Who does that? Who says? I mean, I know sometimes we've seen some owners maybe say, who was it that owner? Oh my gosh, who was it a couple of years ago? That the owner was like, yeah, we definitely made a mistake with this guy. That I forget even what sport. But who really does that? You know what I'm saying? I don't know who really does that. Now,
shout out to Hefe too. Hefe's the one that said he had a problem with the word holistic, but it really, he just doesn't talk like a normal person, and it bothers me.
Yeah. No, I could understand that.
It's like that Harvard, grad, I'm smarter than you. That's it.
That's what it was. Yeah, Montgomery, the owner, where he called out, where he signed that Jordan Montgomery. And he was like, yeah, this was a terrible move, blah, 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 blah. I guess he could have done something like that. He did say, the trade deadline moves.
I'll give him that.
The trade deadline moves didn't work. He said it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? He said I need to be more proactive, which I've been talking about for years. I need to see this organization be more proactive. And I said it earlier on too. Whether that be trying to force teams to trade you guys that they may not want to trade, whether that be making a move earlier than, even earlier in the season when we say like go out there and make a move. Oh no, why you don't make a move now? You gotta wait till the trade deadline. Not to hell with that. To hell with that. If there's something out there that you can help your team with, go out there and do it. So, and listen, I was never. The funniest thing to me is all the people that wanted this dude. I didn't want this dude, and now all the people that wanted this dude want to pretty much want him out. But like, did you think he should be fired? I don't even want to ask that question because it's ridiculous to me.
I don't want the Mets to turn into the New York Jets or the 2000 to 2021 New York Knicks. All right, I don't want the Mets to turn into that, where you fire the head coach and then you fire the GM and you fire the head coach and you fire the GM. And it's a revolving door of managers and executives. I don't want that.
Right.
I don't want that at all. So no,
and it doesn't make sense, right? Especially when you think about, and listen, to be fair, they talked to him about the roster, right? And how he inherited a lot of these players, and he said nonsense.
Yes,
2 years. 2 years is enough for me to have, turned this roster around or whatever the case may be. But I think sometimes to what you're talking about.
What are you laughing at?
Oh my gosh! If somebody's Mets Flakes, shout out Mets Flakes. Shout out everybody in the chat, man. Beautiful Mets fans, beautiful people. But Mets Flakes said Bartolo Colon will be a better hitting coach than Eric Chavez. Like that's hilarious to me because Bartolo Colon. But when we talk about how bad the team is, how bad this organization was, how bad the farm system was, and somebody just said we're now the number one farm system according to ESPN.
Oh, whatever. Wow!
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Whatever. But the reality is okay.
Farm system that was built by Billy Epler, by the way.
Listen, that's my point, right? But we wanted Billy Epler out of here, right? And that's the thing.
No, I would have took him back as a GM. I would take him back right now.
When I say we, I'm talking about in general, the people, the Mets fan. Eddie, come on, what's wrong with you? My point is,
I'm still a little bit angry if you haven't noticed.
No, we are. The point is, what you're talking about, the quick turnover, and nothing really is able to take shape. Sometimes these things may take longer than 2 years. Listen, some people were saying last year was a bridge year and they were okay with it. And then it was unexpected to where we got to. So was it realistic to expect the kind of growth that we expected this year? I don't know. I still wanted that growth. I don't give a damn. I wanted to take the next step. But was it realistic? I don't know. And listen, I'm just as frustrated as anybody, man. I'm just as frustrated as anybody. But it does us no good to come here and scream and scream and scream. I'm pretty sure people done this all day on a timeline, on X, on other things. And maybe not even scream, but just, this is bad. This was bad. Whatever, man. I'm just exhausted by it. But so I'm just trying to find, maybe I'm trying to play a little bit devil's advocate. I don't know. But I wasn't a big David Stearns guy to begin with. And what I've seen so far, I don't like most of it. But to be fair, I can't kill him for how he handled the pitching and for what he continues to say about how he's going to approach the pitching when I've said for years, I don't like giving long-term deals to pitchers. I've never liked it. So am I going to kill him for that now? No. What I will say is maybe instead of Frankie Montas, maybe you should have gone out there and gotten a Nick Pivetta. You can't say that. Oh, you really Nick Pivetta? Really? Well, I said this in the preseason when we would, and I didn't really throw too many names around because I was like, honestly, I'm not impressed by any of these guys. But I a couple of times said, you know what? I'll take a Nick Pivetta over most of these guys. And I even did say part of it has to do because he gave a friend of mine an autograph.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, look,
But
bro. I mean, we talked about Jose
he
Quintana.
turned out to be better than Montas. Maybe we
We-
should have bring a Quintana back. You know what I'm saying?
right. We talked about that.
So, like he said, also they need to look at their evaluations. Or I think it was Joe Sherman or one of the guys that asked him, like straight up, like, "Yo, what's up with how you evaluating these things?
Yeah.
Maybe you need to focus on that and evaluating these trades."
Look, a lot of people are pissed off about Mendy. I will not. I'm not mad about it. I'm not. I don't think he's a terrible manager. I don't. Do I think he's a great manager? No. But when you get rid of guys after 2 seasons, it just becomes it's going to become cyclical. You can't. Although with that said, I believe now Stearns set up Mendy to me as the fall guy, right? Because of the way he said he's going to be back. I believe that if Stearns should go as long as Mendy should go. I think they should be almost, like the same. Like they should have the same accountability. Like if you're going to get rid of Mendy next year, then probably Stearns should go. But in fairness, if you want to keep an organization on track, you generally have to be a little bit patient with your managers and your front office people. You have to give them at least 3 years. And I'm just as impatient as you guys. I am just as frustrated as you guys. I am. Last night I made a tweet at 12 o'clock at night listing all the guys I want. And I want them all. Because you know what? In a few years, we might have a salary cap. And we're not going to be able to do this anymore. Go out and spend money and cover our mistakes. That's why I said go out and get Michael King. Go out and get a guy like Luis Arias. Because a guy like Luis Arias doesn't strike out and he makes contact. And I watched 50 at-bats yesterday with men on base, the guys are striking out. I can't take that.
That's another thing. When you talked about the construction of the roster and how it fits together. And I hope they realize that the guys that they have, it's not a good fit. It's not a good fit. Shout out to my guy Stanley who kept saying we have the best lineup in baseball. And I'm like, dude, where do you see that? Like individually, yeah, there's a lot of good pieces, but they don't seem to blend together properly, bro. They don't seem to blend together properly.
That's been, I mean, a theme of our show throughout this is episode 23. A theme of our show has been, did we win with this core? That's been a theme. We've talked about this. Can we win with these guys? I think Jeff McNeil proved yesterday he's gone. And the way I heard Stearns today, it sounds like Pete and Nimmo, and Vientos, 2 or 3 of those guys might be out of here. I'm just throwing it out there. And to be honest,
2 of who? 2 of 3 of who you said?
Because you kept on bringing up run prevention, it seemed to me like Vientos, Nimmo, and Pete. If you're talking run prevention, you're kind of bringing those guys up as I don't want them. I don't know what you just guys said about me, so if you could bring that back up, I got to see. He was on his space last night, tore up everyone. Yeah, I did. I destroyed them. I was on the way home. I was in my car driving home from the Marlins Park. And I just ripped into them. I said, I hate the team. Fuck them. Every emotion that you guys all felt. Fuck them. And that's kind of how I feel away today, Hector. I kind of feel like fuck them.
I hear you, brother.
But there's the same side of me. There's the other side of me that says, if we just put A, B, C, and D here, we're not that far off.
And I think they kind of feel like that too, in a lot of ways. So yes, the run prevention thing would tell you like, okay, maybe they're moving on from some of these guys. Well, at the same time, they asked him about the core, and he was like, no, yeah, we still believe in this core. Now, again, it could be lip service. Well,
let's get into it, Heck. Let's talk about this.
I really liked. Hold on. Let's talk about what? What do you want to talk about? I
Let's
wanted
get
to touch it. I wanted to touch on real quick
okay.
because I was having a conversation with someone earlier today, and it was about how should he handle the Carlos Mendoza question that was going to come early on in the press conference.
He handled
And I
it.
said, to me, if Mendoza is staying, you come out immediately and you let it be known Carlos Mendoza is coming back. No ifs, ands, or buts. If he says, "Oh, we're going to evaluate everything," I expect him to be fired by tomorrow. Oh no, but that's fair. The person was telling me, no, they should even. I said, no. There's nothing to evaluate. You either say he's coming back immediately. If you leave it open, he's gone.
Right.
But I also been saying this in the spaces, Eddie, and I wanted to hear that he was going to come back and that was going to be the case. And as frustrated as I was yesterday, I'm still a Mendy guy, and I don't think what I'm saying. It's all his fault, but he definitely has some blame
I
as to how
thought he
this doesn't
managed a
play out.
good game yesterday. I did think that. I mean, Diaz coming in, he fucking held them for 2 innings.
He
Yes,
never
Stanek,
held them for
Stanek.
2 innings.
It was
Who
the
was going to close
offense.
that game, Eddie? Who
Four
was going
hits,
to close
bro.
that game? If we tied the game, who was going to close that game? Dylan Ross?
Maybe Peterson. Who knows? Who knows? You had to keep the game close. You had to. That was when Milwaukee took the lead.
He gave them the lead.
I,
He should have never had them bums in the game to begin with, bro.
who would you have gone to first? Then who are you going to? This has
Dude,
been who they went through every single time last
first
week.
of all, he shouldn't have took Manai out the game. He shouldn't have
Okay,
took Manai out
that's
the
fair.
game.
That's fair.
That was too much of a quick
That's
hook.
fair.
And if you felt like, okay, I don't want to give up any runs right here, and you go to, I forget who the hell he went to first to get out of that inning right there.
Brazabon.
Brazoban. Okay. How many times has Brazoban not come in and held the game there for 2 innings, 2 or 3 innings? Why not try him for a couple of batters? But immediately Brazoban comes out, and now you use Brooks Raley. Why? Okay, you want to use just Brazoban? You want to say, okay, I want to get out of this inning. I'm going to bring somebody in. I'm going to bring somebody in that's usually turning out the fire. Okay, fine. You want to bring Brazoban to get that last out? Okay. Why not bring Peterson in then? Why not bring one of the starters in there? If it's all hands on deck. Instead, he ran through all his high leverage guys. Which are they really high leverage guys? Do we really trust any of these guys besides maybe Edwin Diaz? And is that 100% trust?
I think we could trust. We could very easily say we trust Edwin Diaz and
Raley and Diaz.
Brooks
That's it,
Raley.
Eddie. Come on. You know
Brooks
what I'm trying
Raley.
to tell you, bro.
Brooks Raley.
Yeah. Okay.
I trust him.
So you want to use them in the third or fourth inning, and then what? It made no sense.
Well,
to me,
you know
bro.
what I thought? You know who I thought? In the back of my head, you know what I thought? I thought McLean was going to come out and close the game.
I told you McLean was not coming in the damn game. Bro.
Well, that was what was going through my head. I'm figuring this is a bullpen day for him, and if he needed, he'd be closing.
I would love. I don't know if anybody asked him if they were even thinking about pitching McLean yesterday, but I really highly doubt that they would have. And eventually, it might have come to that. They might not have even had to throw Tonga there if they would have tied that game. I hated the way he managed the game yesterday, bro. I hated the way they managed the game yesterday. But I like the way Stern got right into the point. I actually wanted to play that real quick. I like the way that he got right into the point. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Ray? And just pretty much said right away, yeah, he's coming back. So let's hear that real quick.
And are you prepared to say that Carlos will definitely be the manager next year?
Yeah, Carlos is coming back next year.
That was
David,
the first
how about
question.
Coaching staff, do you think
Wasted no time.
changes there?
We're going to go through an evaluation of our entire coaching staff. We'll do that over the course of coming days to a week, and then we'll make our decisions there.
Yeah.
See, but if he would have said that, even about Mendoza, I would have felt like he's going to fire him.
Yeah, axed. I agree.
You know what I'm saying? But now it's the coaches that we're thinking about. Okay, these guys will probably be gone.
I think all the coaches are gone. I think Chavez. I think the other guy. What's his name? I think Hefner's gone. I think they're all gone. Maybe the first base coach stays.
He's probably the only one that should stay. To be honest with you, he's probably the only one that should stay.
Starbar can go. He sent in a call. He lost like 5 runs for us.
I want to make one more point on the whole Mendoza thing and the firing, not firing.
Yeah, I saw that. I just announced that before.
What?
that Bruce Bochy left the Rangers.
Oh yeah.
That's a guy.
One more comment. On Mendoza by Stearns, and then I want to make a point.
One, why is Carlos Mendoza the right person going forward?
Yeah, I believe Carlos has all the same traits and assets that I believed in when we hired him 2 years ago. And I think over the course of his tenure here, he has demonstrated that. We had a tough year this year. There's no question. We are all disappointed. We are all frustrated. Mendy as much or more than anyone else. But I still believe he's a very good manager, and I think he's going to demonstrate that.
How do you read that? Well, this is what I've been thinking about lately, bro. As this whole season was winding down, and all the you can switch it, Kate, quick, and all the talk about who's making these moves. Is it the front office? Is it Mendoza? And most people would say, "Oh no, he's just a puppet." Okay, so think about it real quick. If you really think that the front office is the ones pulling the strings, they're writing the lineup, they're mapping out the game, right? Then why the hell would they fire the manager if he's just
He's
just putting out the game plan, right? So I say that to say this: for years, Eddie, even I, as just an outside observer, because our team wasn't involved.
That's
right.
Good.
Yeah, I know. As an outside observer, many years, because our team was never really involved, right? We would watch the Dodgers screw up year after year, whether it be a stupid bullpen thing, taking Kershaw out the game, leaving Kershaw in, whatever. And what would we say as fans? How the hell? Dave Roberts needs to be fired. This is it.
Right.
And who was back? Dave Roberts, year after year after year. Why? Because Dave Roberts and the front office were perfectly in line.
I agree.
Right? So, again, people say, fire Mendoza, bring somebody here. Who? Another puppet. That's all it's going to be. Bring in Carlos Beltran. Ain't nobody more analytical than Carlos Beltran. Ain't nobody more emotionally detached than Carlos Beltran. But people think they're gonna love Carlos Beltran. Okay, and I'm not saying he won't be a good manager. I'm saying I just don't think, and I think Mendoza had more control than most. I really do, which is why I got frustrated after a while, because like, dude, I think you're the one doing these things, and what the hell are we doing here? And yesterday it was just like,
I think
I made a couple of videos that I'm embarrassed of.
I think it's clear that Stearns and Mendoza are, Cashman and Boone. Same shit. Same shit. Hate to say it, but I think it's the truth.
Yeah, but and isn't it like that in most teams,
It is. It is. And we this is a conversation we've had. We've had this conversation.
You guys are the best.
He was the okay.
In the movie, you guys are the best.
Right. In the yeah, something like that. Gotcha.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, but
that's cool.
I don't know if you have any thoughts on all of the nonsense I just said about the whole Mendoza situation, but that's just how I felt about it, how I read it. I listen, I was frustrated, and even when I called the radio this morning, I'm like, I can't even defend him today to all the people that want to get rid of his ass. But the reality is, I don't want to get rid of him.
Look, again, I think people put too much onus on how much a manager can actually impact the game. I really believe that they go by the outcomes and and true possibilities, right? So when every move that the manager makes, you're going by the math. And I hate to say it, but very rarely I think guys are managers do things on their own. Now, do they put a pinch hitter here and there on a gut decision? Yeah. I mean, even that guy that pinch hit yesterday. What's that outfielder? That white guy that totally sucks. But he hit
Jared
a
Young.
Who was Jared Young? Jared Young once came out and I think he put us. Didn't he hit a pinch run home run for Mendy one of these games? He did. So, and I think that was a gut decision by Mendy. But I think Mendy's managing the way he's told. I really believe that. I believe that.
But I think that last year, I don't think it's managing the way he's told. He's just using the book and going exactly by what's in the book, especially
That's what I mean.
Especially once things stopped working out, right? I think he was more inclined to just go by what the numbers say, whatever, than deviate from that because damn, nothing's working. So at least if I go by what's in the numbers, that's my defense. You know what I'm saying? And last year he didn't do that. Last year he didn't do that. I said this before, bro. Not one time do I remember him going out there this season and going to the mound and talking to a pitcher and leaving him in the game. Not one time.
I don't remember it either.
He did this multiple times last season.
So do you think is that a knock on Hefner? Because Hefner's usually the guy that goes out and talks. And that's how baseball is. Generally, when you're the head coach, you say to your
what do you mean? Are you understanding what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he shouldn't be the one out to talk. That's what the pitching coach's job. That's how it's done. The manager can't go out there because if he does, second time,
it's a non-visit.
You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is there were times last year where maybe it called for a pitching change, but he still went out there and took the temperature of his pitcher instead of letting Hefner go out there and do it. No, I'm going to go out there myself.
That's fair.
Because I'm going to make this decision. You know what I'm saying? At the end, people say, oh, no, Hefner's the one making the decision. No, Hefner made to be the one.
Like,
who should we go to here? This could be a good guy for. Okay, that's Hefner's job. But at the end of the day, he's the one that decides, okay, we're going to go to this guy here. We're going to go to this guy here. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we're going to make the move now. But instead of doing that last year, he would go out there and say, okay, this may be the move. But let me go out and see. And a couple of times he left the guys in there. He never did that this year. It was like, okay, that's the guy. Okay, boom, let's go. Oh, that's the guy. Okay, let's go. Oh, we're getting to these amount of pitches. Okay, let's go.
Let me kind of. Can you jog my memory into last year when you remembered a significant moment where Mendy went out? Like, I want to say the playoffs, but I just don't remember.
He did it a couple of times throughout the season too.
I know.
He did it a couple of times throughout the season too.
I'm trying to think about that one moment. I believe it might have been against Milwaukee. I think he came out and he went out there and instead of Hefner, and he left the guy in. But I forget who was pitching now.
Yeah, but I remember there was one time that he went out and he was asked, and he was like, "No, I went out there because I wanted to make sure that we were doing this or whatever the case may be, you know, as opposed to go out there and take the temperature too, you know." Like he just went out to say, "Oh, I wanted to make sure that we knew the situation that we were like whatever." I forget. So, but I can't remember if that was in the playoffs or what it was.
So let me ask you: do you think that's like a comfortability thing? Is he more comforted by Hefner going out there as opposed to himself, like he was last year? Like, how do you explain that?
No. Again, I don't think we're on the same page, Eddie. What do you mean? Is he more? No, the pitching coach is always the one to go out there. I'm just saying in certain situations, it's not something that should happen all the time either.
Right, and I agree.
What manager do you see going out there? I mean, the manager goes out there, he's pulling the guy out.
Well, I get that.
You know, and most managers do it on purpose before they even get out there because they don't want the pitcher to try to talk him out of it or anything like that. And they'll tell you that. But there's certain times that sometimes that might not happen at all this year by any team.
I don't think I don't remember Mendy going out there at all.
No, he didn't. I've said this. I don't think he went out there at all. What I'm saying, it may not have happened throughout Major League Baseball.
Okay.
I'm just saying that there's a difference from how he was handling things, and I'm wondering if it's because nothing was working. So you know what? I'm just gonna go by the book. And it seems to people like, oh no, he's being told what to do. It's not that he's being told what to do. It's just that he's not getting out and maybe using his gut in certain situations where he would have before, because nothing has worked. So I'm not even going to take any chances. I'm going to go by the book because that's my defense now. Well, these are what the numbers say, and I went by the numbers. As opposed to saying, I know this is what the numbers said, but I felt like this right here. Okay, well, that's not working. What happened here? I know what the numbers said. You can't do that too much. Then it's really your fault. Then now you and the organization are not in line, right? Now you're deviating from the plan, and it's not working. That's gonna cause problems. But I mean, and it's all just speculation. Who the hell knows?
It's significant and insignificant at the same time. That whole subject. It's significant, but also insignificant. You know what I had a problem with today with Hector? Nobody asked one question that I wanted answered. Nobody
I
asked.
asked you that before. Now you're gonna finally tell me what was that?
Why didn't anybody ask Stearns about the chemistry? Nobody asked him that.
No, they asked him about that.
No, they asked him about leadership, but nobody asked about chemistry. And for me, the OMG Mets to this team, that team had chemistry. This team had none. Zero. Zip.
Yeah. Okay.
And nobody asked.
They might have not asked him that direct question today about chemistry, but they did last time he spoke. And he said, chemistry, there's nothing in there that we see in the clubhouse. And what's chemistry?
He said the same shit today.
The usual.
But I thought somebody should have said, hey, do you regret not bringing Iglesias back? Do you regret not bringing
they've asked him that before. They asked him that before when he spoke. They've asked him that before.
Well, I think that he should have addressed that today. I think
again.
Yeah.
Again.
Yes.
For
yes.
What?
Because it was so significant. That team liked each other last year. I feel like I don't know. I feel like it was forced this year, man. I do. It was Marte was his forced leader. I don't know, man. I'm just disgusted.
I'm disgusted too. But when I wanted to talk about this throughout the year, you didn't want to hear it. See what I'm saying?
Always. I think not always.
When these things are brought up throughout the year, nobody wants to hear it. I had somebody tell me a couple of things today, and I was like, oh, really? Because when I will say these things, people get bent out of shape about it.
I mean, I mentioned bringing back Iglesias, and I said chemistry is important. I said that before the season. And everybody said we got a bunch of infielders, and I get it. We do. But let's be honest. Jose Iglesias changed the Mets last year.
To your point about the core, I mean, I don't know. This is a question about the core right here.
Okay.
Let's listen to this real quick. Because it sounded to me like, yo, we believe in these guys. Again. Hold on.
Now, this team, regular season-wise, is 8 games over 500 in the last 3 years, with a lot of highs, a lot of lows. How do you judge the ceiling for this core?
How do I judge? I'm sorry.
The ceiling for the core players you've got.
We have very good to elite core players who at times have played at a very high level. And a year ago had a very good season together. And so I think the ceiling remains high.
Now,
we say that all the time. That's like the exact word I use. Very good to great core players. Correct?
Yeah, but look, I don't understand. Even the whole trade deadline thing. What more can he say? I don't get it.
Go back to the trade deadline.
And I'm not really a fan of this dude, but
what you know now, what do you think you would do differently?
We don't get redos. We don't get.
But that's a bullshit answer.
Business. But clearly the moves we made the trade deadline, or at least a subset of those.
Is there redos, Eddie? Can he go back and change them?
Redos, but he could have been a little bit more elaborate on that answer.
Elaborate on what?
On his failures. Mullins was a failure.
Did you listen to the whole thing though?
I did. I listened to it.
He goes on to say it was no good. He goes on to say that. So do you hear that and say, "Oh, that's terrible," and just block it out?
No. I just think
redos. We don't get do-overs in this business. But clearly the moves we made the trade deadline, or at least a subset of those moves, didn't work.
What does that mean? The subset of the moves
worse and didn't help us down the stretch.
What was the biggest surprise of that, or disappointment?
Well, look, I'm not gonna. every player we acquired was a true pro, worked their tails off, and did everything in their power to help us.
Yeah.
And in a couple
Cedric
cases,
Mullins.
it didn't work. And frankly, that too is on me and us. When we bring players in here, we got to set up an environment to allow them to succeed. We take a lot of pride in that. I take a lot of pride in that. And clearly at the deadline, we were unable to do that.
And if you could go back,
No, he said they tried. He said the results weren't there. Doesn't mean that it wasn't
And then he
tried.
said, what did he say at the end there? Oh, we set up everybody to succeed. Wow. No kidding. Every fucking fan base does this. Every team does this. They've set up their players for success. Of course they do. But you brought in a guy like Cedric Mullins.
I think you maybe need to listen again, bro. Jesus
Go ahead.
Christ.
Their power to help us. And in a couple cases, it didn't work. And frankly, that too is on me and us. When we bring players in here, we got to set up an environment to allow them to succeed.
When we bring players in here, we have to set up an environment. We have to set up an environment.
What the fuck does that mean?
You know what? Whatever, bro.
No. Play it. What does that mean? Set up an
I don't know.
environment. You're in the fucking pennant race. I just didn't like that answer. It pissed me off.
Okay. All right.
Set up an environment. Okay. Set up an environment. Halsey, pitch the fucking 8th inning. Don't let up fucking 5 runs. Cedric Mullins, maybe hit over 200. I don't know. Set up an environment to win. Where were the fucking scouts? Where were the scouts on Mullins? Who the fuck told him to get this guy? Come on. I don't like that answer one bit. And yes, he took it, but by saying set up an environment for it. Come on, man. You're in a fucking pennant race, bro. We were what at the deadline? At the deadline, what was our record? I don't even fucking know. But we weren't that far against the Phillies. I don't think we were that far off against the Phillies on July 31st or August 1st, whatever it was. Come on. They could do better. They need to do better. Then we set up an environment to succeed, Hector. I'm sorry. That pissed me off.
Again, that's not what he said. That's not what he said. But whatever.
How are you taking it then?
It's not about how I'm taking it. You're not fucking listening, bro.
What am I
You're
missing?
listening. You're hearing what you want to hear. You're not hearing what he said. So I'm not going to keep arguing.
Okay, but
I played it again, and you still misquoted it again. So I'm just going to let you rant. You want to rant? Go ahead and rant, bro. I don't have that energy today, Eddie. I don't have that energy today.
I'm still not over it.
I'm not over it either, but I don't feel like screaming and fighting and arguing over nonsense.
Listen, I didn't like it.
I
What am
don't.
I missing?
Nothing, bro. It don't matter. It don't matter. They should fire all
65
the
and 58.
Everybody should get fired. Everybody should get traded.
I
Start
didn't say
everything
that.
the fuck over, and maybe we'll win in 15, 20 years.
I didn't say that.
Fuck this fucking team.
They
I'm frustrated with everybody. I'm frustrated with everybody. I think the players need to be better, but if I say a player needed to be better in this situation, you're going to tell me, oh, but look at his numbers. Look at the back of the baseball card. Look at this. So whatever. Everybody got their own frustrations, bro. Everybody got their own frustrations. To fucking lose your mind over every little fucking shit that this dude said when he's taking accountability, but people, what you want him to hang himself in fucking in front of everybody?
No, God, no. I just didn't like that answer. I didn't like it. And maybe I'm picking and choosing words that I want to hear, but that's my right as a fan.
Okay. Anyways, what else you got?
Pete Alonso, Brandon Nimmo, Mark Vientos.
What about him?
Sounds to me like a couple of them aren't going to be back.
Okay. We'll see.
You're the biggest Pete guy I know. You came out and said that Pete Alonso had the best season out of all the Mets. It's fair. What do you think they do with Pete Alonso? Is he coming back to DH? Because that's how it sounded to me.
Okay.
Or is he coming back to play first base? I don't know. He might not be coming back at all.
We'll find out. I'll tell you that much. We'll find out. I know Pete's not happy. Pete feels disrespected by this team, by the front office, and we'll see what happens. We'll see we'll see what the market value is, right? We'll see what the market value is for Pete.
Oh, there's no qualifying offer this year, so there's going to be a lot more teams to bid on him. That's for sure. That's a fact.
Yep. And he had a good year.
He had a great year. Not in the field, but offensively, he was phenomenal.
Yep.
Or as David Stearns would say, fantastic.
Is that something he says?
That's exactly what he said about Pete. He said he had a fantastic season, which he did. The defense is not underrated. The throwing is the problem with Pete. That is the problem. The throwing.
Oh shit! Shout out Lisa. Thank you. I don't even know what that was about. Yep. Yeah, I don't know. Listen, maybe Pete comes back. Obviously, they're gonna have to make a move with one of these young guys. You would think. One, maybe two. Who knows? So yeah, Vientos could be gone. Maybe they find a way to trade Nemo, eat some salary. Shit, maybe they trade Lindor. Who the hell knows? I don't know.
I don't think Lindor's going anywhere.
They don't.
I mean, is it going to be Pete as the DH, or maybe Nemo becomes the DH and Pete walks, but then who do you get to play first base? I mean, who's playing first?
Oh, the great Ryan Clifford.
Come on. I'm not one for the kids. I will trade all the kids to win a World Series, Hector. That's the person I am. I'm not a kid. I'm not Ryan Clifford, Jet Williams. No. I want winners. I want proven veterans. I want to win a World Series, man. Vientos can go. McNeil could keep golfing. Nemo go to the Gap Convention. Senga could play for the Tokyo Tigers. That's funny.
Yep. Now, I want to see who we're going to replace all those guys with.
Grease the kid for Skeens. I don't think as bad as the Pirates are, I don't think they're ever going to trade that guy. He's the best pitcher in baseball by a mile. By a mile.
Do you want to bring Pete back?
Do I want to be? I would bring him back as a DH, yes. 100%. Or put Nemo as the DH because he's terrible in the field.
And how long of a contract are you going to give Pete as a DH? I hear this. And how much money?
I'd give him a high AAV, very high AAV for short years, for like 4 years, but a high AAV, and I'd give him incentives too.
What's a high
Give him incentives like, you hit 40, you get a bonus at 35 home runs, get a bonus at 40 home runs, bonus at 45 home runs, bonus for 50 home runs. I'd make it so he's super motivated.
He doesn't need motivation. He's always motivated. Motivation hasn't been a problem.
I mean, he was pretty motivated this year for that money.
What's the high AAV? What's the high
AAV? Starting at 30.
To be a DH. People didn't want to give him that. People didn't want to give him that money to play first base. You're going to give him 30 to be a DH.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Or you get Brandon Nimmo $20 million. Brandon Nimmo can be your $20 million DH if you want to do that.
I was asking
I don't give a fuck about the money. I don't care about.
I was asking what you was gonna do with Pete. Nah.
DH. I think he should be the designated hitter.
Okay.
Give him the Kyle Schwarber role. Let him go out, and have probably 3-4 more years in his prime. He's going to be what, 31 next year? 31, 32, 33, 34. Give him a 4 or 5 year deal. If you got to eat 1 year on it, so be it.
Right. No, we'll see.
Soto, I think Soto was better in the field than I expected. He was much better in the field than I expected.
Really?
Yeah, I thought Soto surprised me in the field. I thought he was worse with the Yankees.
You realize he's at the bottom of like.
Yeah,
all
I know.
defensive
I know he
ratings,
is.
right?
I know he is. So is Pete, though. To be fair, so is Pete. Pete's 28th in defensive EFS, I believe the stat. Soto caught a few games of outfield. Yeah, I could think of a couple. But we knew that when we were getting him. Did we not?
Yeah, but we expected more impact with the bat that, in my opinion, we didn't get. But whatever, Hector, he got 40, 41 home runs, 41, 42, whatever
40,
the hell it was.
42 or 43, I believe.
Yeah. I don't know how many it was.
Well, let me ask you. You asked me, so let me ask you. What do you do with Pete Alonso?
I bring him back. I would have tried to extend him a long time ago. I bring him back. What I feel would be, whatever I feel is fair for both sides.
What's
would
fair
try
to
to
you?
bring him
What's a
back.
fair
I
starting
would try to
point?
bring him back. I would definitely try to bring him back. But it doesn't matter what I think. It's
But
not my job.
it does matter what you think.
No, it doesn't matter. Because
I
I'm not the
value
one.
your opinion,
I'm not the one that's signing him, so it doesn't
and neither
matter.
am
I
I.
would bring Pete back. That's what matters. I would bring
What
Pete
would you
back.
give him?
I would try to figure out a way to bring Pete back. I would not try to go past 5 years. Um, and I don't give a damn about the money. I just don't.
Okay.
So
So high A. You want to go 5 years? You're talking about a high
I don't
AAV.
give a damn about the money.
I don't
Whatever,
either. I don't give
however
a shit either.
you want to give him high AV, you want to give him high total. I don't care. What I care about is years. I'm not giving him no more than 5 years.
I
You
agree
know what
with
I'm
that.
saying? But I would have made all the effort in the world to make it so that Pete didn't opt out. I would have tried to add 4 years to the two that I already signed him to last year, and it would have been a 6-year deal on top of last year's deal, which was only 1 year, 7 year, whatever that last. And it pretty much would have given him the extension that he turned down,
Uh-huh.
and I would have gave him on this 4 years, maybe 5. I don't know.
He does. He deserves his bag.
120,
However,
120
yes,
and a signing bonus to offset the salary for next year, which is putrid, which is why we knew he was going to opt out. That's what I would have tried to do. I would have never tried to get to the point where now I got to deal again with all the nonsense, with all the John Heyman reports, with all the Mike Deportes reports about he going here, he going there, and this and that, and Scott Boras doing his fucking nonsense at the GM meetings. I would have tried to avoid all that, but here we are.
but you know
again.
what though? Listen, they've been down this road with him. They know they have experience doing this, so it's nothing new. This is what we did last year with him. Do it again.
This is exactly why he is opting out immediately, because he felt disrespected last year.
All right, but last year, let's be fair. Last year, the dude had fucking what was it? What was it? I think he had one of his worst years, right? Correct, last year? Up until he hit the big home run in Milwaukee, but statistically, last year I believe is one of his worst years with the Mets. Let me look on this right now. By the way, shout out to all the fans that are in the building right here. Shout out to you guys. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, for sure. Wow, a lot of people. Holy smokes! I wasn't even paying attention. Yep.
Let me get Pete's numbers for everybody last year.
No, it was putrid. It was 220 average, 34 home runs, like 80 something
All right,
RBI.
so I mean, I get where the Mets were coming from with that. So here we go. He had 146 hits last year, 31 doubles. Compare that to this year. He had 170 hits for us. Okay. So 146 to 170. That's 24 hits more. 31 doubles last year, 41 doubles this year. Okay. 34 home runs, 38 home runs, kind of, in the same. How about this? 88 RBIs last year to 126 RBIs this year. I think that's a club record, if I'm not mistaken. That broke Beltran's record. Had 172 strikeouts last year. Had only 162 this year. But he walked 70 times last year. OBP 329 last year. OBP 347 this year. Slugging percentage 459 last year. 524 this year. OPS 788 last year. 871 this year. And I don't know if you guys want me to get into any more stats, but you guys see the numbers. It was very big difference. Very big difference.
Do you remember all the replacements that were thrown
You're terrible.
around?
Well, the Vlad Guerrero was the one legitimate one. That was it.
Was he legitimate? You know what Vladdy's numbers were this year?
Pretty bad. I think he
Right.
had to hit for a high average.
No, obviously he's way younger.
No home runs.
Huh?
He had like no home runs.
He had
And
23 home
like
runs.
20 something.
23 home runs, and it's not like
Yeah.
he batted 320. It's not like he batted 320. He batted 292 to Pete's what, 276?
Yeah. Hitting 290 today is like hitting 310 20 years ago, you know?
How many hits did Pete have?
170.
He had 172.
Okay. But we know Vladimir Guerrero's more of an all-around hitter than Alonso's a fucking masher. We know that.
What better all around hitter? He still only had 2 more hits, bro. What are we
I'm
talking
saying plate-wise, I'm not talking about who the guy is. I'm saying overall as a hitter, walks and I mean, I don't know
about?
about the strike.
What was Pete's on base percentage?
I believe it was 352, I believe.
All right, so Vladdy got him there at 381.
Okay. So again, to my point, he's the all-around guy, the Pete being the fucking masher. I love having mashers. Love it. Love it. And especially all the big home runs he hit. A lot of people are saying bringing up Bruce Bochy. I get it. But look, man, you can't change managers every year. Somebody mentioned in the chat before, this would be Francisco's, it would be his 4th manager. All right, so there's that. Stop the bullshit, Vlad. He is. He's a better all-around hitter. He's not a better power hitter. So it does offset the balance a little bit.
He's a better hitter who had 2 more hits and 16 points higher on the batting average.
He is what people like the statistic people.
I love Vladdy, bro. I love Vladdy. But people want to go by the numbers all the time. I was told that Vladdy was going to be such a big upgrade over Pete. Well, so far, year 1, I don't see it.
I don't either. Again, give Alonso his credit. He had an outstanding season this year.
I just don't understand. That's what frustrates me. I don't understand. Everybody else gets credit for mediocre shit. But Pete has to be excellent at everything.
But don't you think that tune last year that Mets fans had with him changed after he hit that home run in Milwaukee? I think everything changed after that.
That what?
The fan outlook on Pete Alonso changed.
Are you crazy? Are you not paying attention?
I at least in my head, I believe like the fans were clamoring for him to come back after that home run in Milwaukee. Where before that, they were fucking bashing him. Like crazy.
So a lot of people, man, a lot of people that did not want to bring Pete back. A lot of people that didn't want to pay Pete.
But you know what? We'll see. I don't know. The way it sounded like today, it sounded like there's going to be, we're not going to see one of our one of the fans' favorites back, whether that's Nimmo or Pete. One of them will be gone. At least how I took it. I could be wrong. But when you're talking run prevention, those guys don't exactly scream run prevention. Again, you get rid of Alonso, who's the replacement?
You tell me. You don't want to talk about you think that he's not going to be back. You mentioned Luis Arias. Have fun. And I like Luis
Well,
Arias.
do you know why I mentioned
But I'm
Luis
not
Arias?
replacing Pete Alonso with Luis Arias.
But do you know why I mentioned Luis Arias? And I didn't say him to play first base. I said the Mets should sign him. And the reason I brought up Luis Arias is because he's a contact hitter and he doesn't strike out. And you know what? The Mets need more of that on their team. They need more contact guys, not guys swinging uppercuts for the fucking fences. Like,
Oh no, bro. Yeah, that I agree with. There's too many of the same guys trying to turn too many of these same guys trying to get maximize power, and they listen.
You don't think a table setter like Arias would be great on this team?
Of course, I'm a big Arias guys.
Okay. So me and you are on the same page with Arias.
Look, somebody right there just said Pete got to go. But you want to tell me everybody want Pete back? No, everybody
Pete,
want
I
Pete
love
back.
you, but you got to go. Take Nemo and McNeil with you. Wow. Okay. I mean, look, I don't tell fans how to fan. That's their right.
I'm not saying telling anybody how to fan. I'm just telling you that this is out there. I'm just telling you this is out there. I'm not here to tell anybody they have to want Pete back. I want Pete back. I don't have a problem, Jacob, with Pete saying that he was going to opt out. I have no problem with it at all.
I don't either. Good for him. He deserves it.
Everybody knew he was going to opt out. I don't have a problem with that. And not only did Pete say he was going to opt out. You know what? I don't even want to go there, man. Pete did his interview with full eye black still.
Yeah.
Still in half his uniform on. Talk about how much he loved the city, how much he loves the fans. And said, but they asked him, "You're going to opt out?" Yes, I'm going to opt out. Yet, you got the other guy already full street clothes.
Who's this?
No emotion.
Soto?
With a half from I don't know what. Looking like he couldn't wait till he get to fucking his private jet.
Soto?
But we're going to get on Pete. Because he said he's going to opt out.
No, that was his right. And like you said, he felt that was his right from last year to do. And he should. He deserved to opt out. He had a great season.
I don't care if he said it. I don't care if he would have said it on 30 seconds after the game.
I don't either.
Like, I don't understand, bro. I don't understand why Pete's the only guy looked at this. But this would be the same people that celebrated last year when Soto did the same thing again, out of the Yankee uniform, with a Boris Corp hat on, and talking about, we're open for business.
Well, Soto's the modern day athlete, brother. Let's be real.
Whatever.
Look, man, you look at it like this. Under Stearns, we average 86 wins a year, right? We did 89 last year. We did 83 this year. So we average 86. Most likely 86 next year gets you in the playoffs. I mean, we had no pitching from June 11th on. No starting pitching. Zero. Done. And that's where, Stearns did his due diligence when he talked about, going from 5 innings every night to getting 2 1/3, even less than that at some points. That's where I give Stearns credit. No, I think I think it's fine what he did. I believe he should have. That was his right.
Waited until next week for what?
Yeah.
Waited until next week for what? For what? To give you hope that he wasn't going to opt out? To give you a false hope that he wasn't going to opt out? We knew Pete was opting out, Liz. You knew Pete was opting out.
Well, I mean, isn't next year's salary like $23 million or something?
That's what I'm saying. But that's why I would have tried to give him. That's what I said before. I would have tried to give him an extension.
Hector, you told me all fucking season we should be re-signing him.
And a signing bonus to offset because I didn't want him to opt out. I want to keep those 2 years. So I'm going to give you an extension that starts in 2027, and I'll give you a signing bonus that I'll pay you half now and half next year or whatever to offset 2026. You know what I'm saying?
That's mad smart. That's mad smart.
Like 24 million or some shit like that, you know?
Dude, that's one of the best ideas I've heard yet. That would have been awesome.
Nobody wanted to entertain that. Like, why would you do that? We got all the money.
That's smart. That's
But now
smart.
here
They
we
would
are.
have done it like that. Super
Now here
smart.
we are. Now here we are. We'll see.
I wish
Now,
they
he's
would have.
probably, now to bring him back, they're probably gonna have to give him even more than even I'm gonna be comfortable with.
Yeah.
Straight up. And I want him back. I want him back. But
I do think though, and I bring up Luis Ariz for a reason. You have to have more guys that put the balls in play. Too many strikeout guys at the end. And again, this goes after the top four guys. After those guys, you have the guys that make contact, make the other team make plays.
Mr. Med Killer, that's hilarious, man. That is freaking hilarious. No, not that, Quaze. That one. Oh my God. Anyways, I mean, the other thing could be just by switching the mentality, the philosophy again of, yeah, we're going to sacrifice. Eddie, they made a conscious effort to sacrifice average for slug, bro. Jeremy Barnes told us this. Do I have to show you again? I've showed you guys this many times.
Yes.
They made this conscious effort. So
Which
they can
is why
reverse that.
McNeil is swinging like he's golfing.
All of them. Nemo,
Nimmo
you know what I'm
too.
saying?
Nimmo's another one. But Nimmo
Bro.
at least is getting it over the wall.
Right. But that's the point. Like that you can't do that with everybody. For whatever reason in baseball now, they try to do these things with everybody. It drives me insane. It drives me insane, bro. It drives me insane. What happened to trying to maximize your skill set? Nimmo was a great average hitter. That's why I posted during the season where I was like, yo, I wish Nimmo was more Luis Arias than whatever the hell it is power hitter that he's trying to be, because it ain't working, bro. It ain't working.
So do you want to hear the free agent first baseman?
I don't really feel like getting nauseous right now, but go ahead.
Okay. Pete Alonso's at the top, followed by Cody Bellinger, Luis Ariz, who plays second and first, Josh Bell, Wilmer Flores, who's going to be 34, Ty France, Paul Goldschmidt, Reese Hoskins, Josh Naylor, Ryan O'Hearn. They're putting Salvador Perez here, but I believe he has a club option. I don't think he's right. The 40-year-old Carlos Santana.
As the first baseman?
Yes. Okay. Dominic Smith, Donovan Solano, Rowdy Tellez, the 41-year-old Justin Turner, and the end of the list is Lamont Wade Jr.
There's only two names that I would even entertain.
Naylor?
And one of them, no, Taylor, please. And one of them is really, I don't consider a first baseman. He would be more of a DH, and it's someone that I actually would have entertained and would have liked us to get during the trade deadline. But everybody told me he doesn't fit this team. I don't give a fuck. I would have made him fit. Relax, I got you. The first guy is Cody Bellinger, which, come on. But you know what?
That's a given.
I'm not even going to say, is he going to leave the Yankees and come to the Mets? Because we saw Soto do it. So once Soto did it, anybody would leave. So
Cody Bellinger could still play.
Cody Bellinger would fit in, but Cody Bellinger could play first base, could go to the outfield. Right? So maybe you can bring Cody Bellinger and put him at first base, and maybe he could split with Pete. Sometimes Pete DHs and Cody, and then you get your DH Pete, and Cody plays first base. Sometimes you throw Cody in the outfield, and Pete plays first, whatever. And the other guy is the other guy that I like because I like his energy, I like his bat, I like his temperament in big moments. He gets big hits. He's hit big home runs. I know you're gonna lose your mind when I say this name, Josh Naylor.
That's what I said, Naylor. I knew you were gonna say him. I said Naylor.
You said Bell, and
No. I said my first name. I said Naylor.
My first bad. I didn't think you said that.
I think you thought I said Taylor.
Yes. I thought you. I thought you meant Justin. No. I thought you said Turner.
I think
That's what I thought you said was Turner.
I knew you were going to say Naylor. Of them, yeah.
Out of that list,
this is terrible. But Cody Bellinger, I've been wanting him for about 3 years now. I wanted him when he was a center fielder.
But I don't give a damn, Easy. But Cody Bellinger. And listen, shout out to BT who actually brought up Cody Bellinger this morning on the BT and Sal show and talked about how, Cody Bellinger is like the perfect fit for the Mets. And it's like, he probably would be until he got here. Because we're the Mets. Because we're the Mets. But anyways.
I don't agree with that.
That he's the perfect fit?
No, I don't agree that he would come here and just decline. He's a really good player.
Probably not, Eddie, but can you blame me?
No. How about this? Just Josh Naylor, 2025 season, 292 average, 20 home runs, 92 RBIs, 29 stolen bases, 808 OPS. That's pretty fucking good. Don't know what his defensive numbers are, so don't scream at me.
Probably terrible. That's what I don't consider him really a first baseman. I'd have taken his ass as a DH, bro. Oh, he's a lefty DH for sure.
I mean,
I like Josh Naylor, bro. And he brings attitude. We talk about Jesse Winker. He's better than Jesse Winker. Fuck that. Straight up, he's better than Jesse Winker.
Let me pull up. Hold on. Let me pull up his advanced stats. Just I know you don't like the shit, but just
his what
for the analytical folks out there.
No,
right?
no, go ahead, bro. I don't care.
Okay. They're not giving me. Hold on. Nah, they're giving me last year. Hold on, I'm trying to find it.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for the WAR, his WAR and stuff.
Oh, that yeah, I could care less about WAR, but anyways, let me see.
I was just trying to do that for the folks here. He had 31 homers in 2024 too. By the way, that's pretty fucking good. 105. He's a 25 and 100 RBI guy. It seems like, and he hits for high average. Again, don't know what his. Don't know what his okay.
His WAR is 3.1, 2025 WAR.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's around what Pete is. I think Pete's around the same.
Listen, me and my boy Jack. Shout out to my boy Jack, man. We've talked about WAR. This is gonna end the stream right here. This is gonna end the stream. The fact that Juan Soto has a way higher WAR than Pete Alonso this year tells me everything I need to know about that stupid stat WAR. Okay,
how much higher is it? Heck, was it like 7?
The difference is ridiculous. Let me see if I find it real quick. I'll tell you right now. Juan Soto 5.8.
Okay. All right. So then Pete is probably 3.3, 3.1, I want to say.
I'm going to tell you right now. 3.6.
Okay. So I was a little.
The difference is not as bad, but still, like, really?
2.2.
Did they really play to that difference?
Wins
Pete had a better year. Pete had the best year as a Met by far. By far. I don't give a damn what nobody says. You could take Juan Soto's player of the month. You could take his bullshit August when we stunk.
I think you're being a little unfair to Soto. I do agree with the fact that if you're going to take the season as a whole, from start to finish, Pete Alonso was the most consistent hitter in the Mets lineup. That's a fact. That's a fact. That is a fact.
The more impactful, the more everything, man.
I agree with that. However, I think you're being a little hard on Soto. After he knew he didn't make that All-Star team, I think he took that personal. And we got a lot of good out of him in the second.
And did a lot of personal shit that means nothing to me. I get it.
Listen.
Stolen bases when we're up or down 10-0. Like, give me a break. to pad his
I
stats.
know. I know. Listen, he wanted to get the 40-40. I get it. Never been really done. It's been done, what, 5-6 times in history?
And I didn't know. I thought it was Antoine Richardson. Like, yo, man, this is something that we could get out of you. He went to Antoine Richardson and said, yo, I want to steal 30 bases this year. Do you think I can steal 30 bases this year? And Antoine Richardson was like, are you out of your mind? Hell no, you're too slow. And he was like, nah, da-da-da-da. Know what I'm saying? And listen, credit to him. He did it. But whatever. Whatever, man. Whatever.
Well, listen, man. It sucks that we got eliminated. It sucks that we had such a, terrible.
That's what we deserved.
No, but we didn't get it. As fans, we don't deserve this. We deserve better.
You talk about the team, bro.
Yeah, but I'm saying as us, we deserve better than this, man. We didn't deserve this.
Do we?
You? Come on. You had almost every fucking Mets home game.
Look at that. Pete's WAR in 2019 was 4.7.
When he hit 50.
His highest WAR ever.
That was a juice ball year.
In 22, he was 3.8, his second highest.
3.8. Okay, that was a good year in 2022.
Then 23 and 24, he was 2.8 and 2.1.
Ooh. Okay. I thought he was okay in 23.
Excuse me, sorry. I couldn't find the mute button.
But you're right. Where they missed the boat on a potential extension with Alonso. You were right about that, and you said that all season, and I give you credit for that.
No, I feel like that, but yeah, no. Oh, Scott Boras wouldn't do that.
Is that true? Is that true though? There probably is some truth to that?
I mean,
he is a scumbag. Let's be honest.
It's not something that they usually do, but it's not like he's never done it. And again,
I wonder if we could pull up how many guys he
works for Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso doesn't work for him. But I'm telling you, bro. Pete is upset at the organization, the front office. He feels disrespected. Like, trust me when I tell you this, bro. Just by luck.
Have you ever met Pete? Let's fucking go Mets. I like that.
You want to know how I got that?
Yes, I do. You waited for him, didn't you, in the fucking parking
lot?
No,
not for him. Oh, crap.
Hold on. It's blurry.
Yeah, I messed up.
Get a piece of tissue.
No, it's because I moved it. Did it get better there? I think so.
Yeah, it's slightly better. It's okay. It's presented.
Let me see. Hold on. Anyways, while I work on this, So what year was it when we had Jonathan Villar? Real quick, when we had Jonathan Villar,
2021.
Right. That year, I used to stay a lot after the games with my niece and nephews, and something about myself because I knew people that would stay, whatever. So I would stay a lot. So I used to talk to him all the time. Villar was somebody that he would stop every day. So I would talk to him, whatever. End of the year, last game, whatever, they leaving, and he drives out. And I'm like, yo, dude, let me get a bat.
Huh?
And he's like, damn, you should have told me. My guy already left with all my equipment. He could have been bullshitting.
Yeah.
He wasn't bullshitting about the guy leaving because he had 2 cars. He had that Lamborghini Yaris, whatever.
This is Jonathan Villar?
Yeah, Villar. He had that, and he had like a pickup truck.
Okay.
And his masseuse or whatever drove out in the pickup truck. And he said everything was in there, but the dude was still like right outside in the street. And I saw him, and I was gonna say, yo, but he's right there. Let's go. But I was like, nah, whatever. But he was like, yo, come tomorrow. I was like, yo, you gonna make me come tomorrow? Because I said it was the last game of the season. He's like, come tomorrow. I'm coming to clean out my locker, whatever. I got to pick up some other stuff. I'll give it to you tomorrow. I was like, what time? He was like, So I actually went the next day and hung out there for a little while like a fool. I was working. Yeah. As soon as I got close to the area, I turned off and went over there. and the only guy I seen was Pete. Pete pulled up in a Uber, I guess, suburban, and got dropped off right in the street and walked towards the entrance where
Yeah,
they
yeah.
go in. So I was like, oh shit!
Where are
I
they
had
going? By the junkyard over there?
on that side, yeah, down from where the bullpen gate, down that's
Okay. Oh,
towards the
it's all
train
the way
station.
the junkyards to where the 7 line is.
Yes, yes. So
Oh,
when the
yeah.
bullpen gate, where McFadden's used to be,
Yes.
on that side, but the other end of the stadium, so closer to
I
the train
understand.
station, right? That's where the
So
that's where the
more
players' lot
towards
is.
home plate then?
Yeah, kind of.
It's-
They really go in out in left field, bro. But yeah,
Yeah, I got you.
when they go out, when they go in through, it's really left field. To be
Okay.
totally honest with you, that's what But then once through the clubhouse and they walk through all the way in there.
Yeah, there's tunnels and shit in all that, right?
Right. But yeah. So Pete came out. I had that ball in the car. I got out and I chased him down right before he went into the lot. And I was like, "Yo, Pete, did you get signed on?" He was like, "Yeah, sure, bro." He signed it real quick, and that was that. That's how I got that. That's the only time that I've actually met Pete, who I did get to meet, and I probably shouldn't say this during the last homestand, was somebody that works with Boris and his clients and Pete. And let me just tell you that he made it clear that Pete feels extremely disrespected by the Mets. And
Really?
David Stearns. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so that sounds like he's gone then, no?
Not necessarily, but
Disrespect is a strong word.
I quote, we're not giving the Mets no discount. We're not giving the Mets no hometown discount. That's a direct quote, and I don't want to say much more. But they say Pete loves New York City. Pete loves the fan, but Pete is extremely upset. Pete feels extremely disrespected.
Okay.
That's that.
And then the way you say it, you got to be. Let's be honest. He's probably gone. Just be real.
I'm easy. Guess what, bro? It doesn't matter what you think, bro. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what I think. It matters what he thinks, and he feels disrespected. That's the only thing that matters, bro. That's the only thing that matters. He feels disrespected.
If we give him a high AAV offer this year, I don't think he's going to feel disrespected. Oh, Pete, you want to know how we feel about you? There's 33 million just to start.
Sometimes it's not about the high AV, Eddie.
No, I
Sometimes it's about the security. Like he
long-term
really
security,
wanted
yeah.
to stay here.
But that should have been done 2 years ago, if that's the case.
Yeah, but it wasn't. And when he didn't take the first offer,
Before.
when he didn't take that first offer, there was never another one, and the fan base turned on him because he needed to take the most lowball offer that he got, the first lowball offer that he got. Why? Nobody else does that.
Yeah. You got to play the game, man. It's a game. Free agency is a game. And when you hit free agency is a big factor. Last year, all the teams thought as Peters, this guy only hit one big home run. He had a bad year. He had a down year. Like you said, all those assholes are looking at the WAR. What did you say, 2.1?
Yeah, no. Yeah, 2.1.
Right? So that's that. And maybe he goes out to maybe he goes out and says, fuck you, and he goes to the Yankees.
Right.
How about that?
Wow, this is incredible, Eddie. First off, we started at 8:45 or so, 8:50.
Yeah.
In my mind, quick 35 minutes, 30, 40 minutes maybe, and we're out. It's an hour and a half.
Shout out to the over 800 people rocking with us.
We got over 800 people watching you and I, me really lose my mind and act like a petulant child.
You had to shut the camera off. That's how bad you were disgusted with me, Hector. How about that?
Blunt thought? Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, because I was like, you know what? I can't. But no, man, listen. Shout out to every single one of you guys, man. We appreciate you so much. Shout out to all the new subscribers that I've had lately on the YouTube channel, man. We're almost at 500, ladies and gentlemen. We're almost there. We're about 11 away. I know 500. Like, what big deal, Hector? You get 500 subscribers. Hey, it's a milestone.
Better
It's
than
a
nothing.
milestone, and I'll just be happy to get there, man.
You got to start somewhere, right, Heck?
Netflix, I don't even know who you are, though. How can I put you on the stream? I don't even really know who you are. You guys use all these names. You use all these avatars. Everybody knows who I am. You know what I'm saying?
This
But
is the first show this guys came here. I don't remember this guy in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him the last few days or so.
Oh,
He's been
with
up
you.
in here. This is the second time that yesterday he or she said put me on. But we got to talk first. We got to see what's up. I got to see. You know what I'm saying? You can't come out here and do some crazy shit on here. Then we might be in trouble.
Send the link out. Sorry. This is
CP's dad is Netflix. What? For real?
That's true.
You lying? All right, so I'm gonna holler at CP. So why CP ain't say that? Well, I appreciate you showing more love than CP. Look at that. Where's CP at, yo? I'll have you on for sure. If that's the truth, I'll double check that then. That's what's up. The people know everything, bro.
They do. They do.
The people know everything because the people are good, man. And people show support all over the place, man. And that's good stuff, man. That's good stuff.
I'll tell you, man. The Marlins Stadium is not bad. I've never been there before.
I got you, Netflix. We'll make it happen then. We'll make it happen. I'll bring you on Blunt Thoughts or whatever. I got you. What you say, Eddie? My bad.
I was saying about I never went to the Marlins Stadium before this weekend.
I've never been there.
And everybody calls it a dump in the set. It's not that bad. It's a nice place to watch a game. There's horrible games we watched. But
Independent Curry, I'm gonna take that as a joke. We ain't even gonna put that on the screen, but I'm gonna take that as a joke, and it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny, but nah, we don't need that, man. We just need to clean shit up. Mendy needs to clean shit up. I'm happy Mendy's back. But he needs to clean shit up. He was bad this year. I don't know what's gonna happen with some of these guys. Like you said, some of these guys are probably gone. Are we gonna bring Mark Vientos, Brett Beatty,
no.
Ronnie Mauricio, Acuna back? Probably
Sounds
not.
like Beatty's coming back.
When they talk about better roster construction, you can't do that. We need a better bench. We need guys that fit better, that complement each other better. In my opinion,
not third baseman.
I think we need to move away a little bit from the philosophy that we've used as far as hitting. So
contact. We need some contact guys, man.
Yeah.
Guys that don't strike out all the time. That's big.
Yep. But I know one thing. There's going to be a lot of time to talk about all of this nonsense. To the point that we're going to get tired. We're going to get tired of talking about this crap. You know what I'm saying? Yep. There's going to be blunt thoughts where I lose my mind just like I did last off season. Hope to see all you guys there and gals. Even if you're just here for Eddie today, come through when I'm by myself. When Eddie's by himself, if he does stuff by himself, and you come to see me, go check Eddie out. Go check out everybody else. It's all good. But there's no place you're going to get straight, blunt, unfiltered talk like you're going to get when me and Eddie get together or when I do blunt thoughts by myself. So you decide. And I think you've decided already. Hector, shut the hell up because you're about to get stupid. Shut up.
You know what sucked? That I couldn't get on the fucking live with you on the stadium.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what the hell was going on.
It wouldn't let me go live through my phone.
The people were asking for that. Yo, get Eddie from the stadium. Get Eddie from the stadium. I'm like, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. But it wouldn't work. Thank you, Ray, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, brother.
Great work by all you guys, man. All the comments, everything, you know what I'm saying? The questions.
What the heck? Oh, I kind of like that. Man. I kind of like that.
Yo, Dolo. Wow.
That's a good name.
No, you don't even know. I told you about something that hasn't materialized, but
I know what you're talking about.
that was gonna be part of the name. I'll just say that.
Ah, gotcha.
That was gonna be part of the name. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
You can have it, Hector.
I can have it, bro. If
Eddie Blunt. There we go.
if I'll just shut up. Because you're gonna be like, oh snap, Heck stole that. If that was to happen, and it wasn't like that, because this is something that was talked about a while ago. But it hasn't materialized yet, and it might not, and it might not. There's been a little bit of complications, but what are you gonna do?
Stearns,
Anyway.
the politician. Yes, I agree with that take right there. That's what he sounded like to me. Stearns, the politician. Sister OV Knight. That's how I felt. That's why I was so pissed off.
Oh, but that's the homie Lynn. I didn't even realize that. What's up, Lynn?
Oh, Lynn's there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Lynn. Okay. Oh, it's okay. Good.
Yeah. That's
Thank
Lynn.
you. I said the same exact thing when it sounded like a politician.
No, look, that she just said it's Lynn, guys. Yep. I remember, Lynn. I remember. Yeah, man. Listen, I get it. I know before, like I said, I get it, bro. I get it, but I also think if I'm keeping anybody sane, damn. Nah, listen, you guys help to keep me sane too. Doing this keeps me sane as well. You know what I'm saying? Who was mad? FaZe? Nobody was ever mad.
They still mad.
We don't get mad. Anyways, what the hell was I gonna say? Nah, listen, man, this is what it's about. Imagine all of this stuff just stuck in my head. I gotta come out here and let it out. You guys tell me sometimes I'm crazy, sometimes you guys agree, but it all helps. When I do it with Eddie, same thing. Yeah, we go at it, but trust me, ain't nothing, you know what I mean? It's just part of being a fan, man. We're not always gonna agree. Some things are gonna work you up more than others. But at the end of the day, it's about respect, you know what I'm saying? And understanding, like, okay, you see it that way, I see it that way, we'll leave it alone. Even if Heck has to go off the screen for a little bit. Oh man. But on that note, I think we've exhausted this. We'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure Mendy will talk over the next few days. Maybe some of the players. I'm pretty sure we'll do more of this. We'll do some Mets talk on unfiltered throughout the off season. I guess maybe if Mendy speaks, we could do another one. If not, maybe we could take a break for a little while until after the playoffs.
Exit interviews, right? They do exit interviews. Do they do that?
They'll do exit interviews, but what really comes of that? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like I said, maybe Mendy do a press conference, or maybe we do one more over the weekend or something, you know? Same thing with my blunt thoughts. I'm probably gonna do a blunt thoughts tomorrow. Probably do a blunt thoughts tomorrow, just so I can lose my mind by myself a little bit. And then probably take a break off that. And then I'm trying to decide in the off season if we're gonna do blunt thoughts on Sunday night or if we're gonna do it on Tuesday night like we did last off season on most of the time. I also hinted yesterday I want to get into more talking about the Knicks this year. It was always the idea when I started Blunt Thoughts itself, and it's turned into like exclusive Mets. But I want to bring that back up. So I may do Sunday night where I do just all New York sports, Giants, Knicks, Mets, whatever, and just blunt thoughts on what I'm feeling. Yankees, whatever. Nets, whatever the heck I'm feeling. Anything that happens, any current event in sports, I might do that Sunday nights. I might even start doing them little radio shows that I was doing. And hopefully you guys can be participants in that to help me out. That may lead to me being on the
like, what do you get? The call
a little while I was going out to a radio station and just doing radio shows, but I had to pay for it. Like I was paying.
Oh
like,
shit!
Like an internet radio station or whatever. but I was paying, but it's a studio, like a straight radio show, for an hour.
How
But I
much?
was just doing that to practice and to see if I could make demos out of it. But then I kind of was like, whatever, and
Yeah.
stopped doing it.
What does that run, if you don't mind?
Say again?
How much does that run?
I forget, but it was like $100 and some dollars
Okay.
for an hour or something like that. But I may do that anyways. This is stuff we could just ask me that later, bro. But I just said to the people, that's what I got in mind. We'll see how it goes. Whatever it is, again, hope you guys can all be a part of it. Again, if we do something on our own, make sure you support both of us. We greatly appreciate it. We appreciate the almost 900 of you beautiful people up in here. I appreciate the almost 500 subscribers that we got on the YouTube. And on that note, Eddie, anything else you want to add? If you're a Knicks fan,
I'll be doing my
look out
Knicks
for
stuff.
Eddie. Yeah.
I'll be doing my Knicks stuff. That's all coming into play very soon. So you'll see me doing a lot of that coming up very, very shortly. But I won't abandon the Mets community. I'll still be doing my Mets stuff. But obviously, once the next season comes, I'm going to be full blown Knicks. But I will be doing.
Like I said, if I do my Sunday, you'll probably see Eddie on a lot of those too, coming on as a guest, and other Knicks content creators and stuff like that, or just people that I respect in the Knicks community that talk Knicks that I may have on. But it'll be a lot of me by myself, just giving my uneducated thoughts on all New York sports. But just reaction. Again, my whole thing is I'm a fan, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a fan, a content creator, but I'm a fan first, and I'm always going to look at things from a fan's perspective. I don't like to get boggled down in the numbers. I look at them, I acknowledge them, I recognize them, but I don't get bogged down in the numbers. I like to go by what I see. And then yes, sometimes you have to go look at the number to make sure that what you're seeing is really that. And there's plenty of times that I go and oh snap, I felt this way, but no, that's not what the numbers are saying. That happens. And there's times when I was like, no, I felt this way, and the numbers are telling me exactly that. But that's that. Anyways. Jesus heck, you talk too much. You can't even close the fucking show. Eddie, it's been fun, bro.
Well, it's been fun, but it's been disappointing.
Just hanging out. I'm pretty sure people were betting against us that we could do this all year.
Yeah.
Look at where we are. I put our numbers throughout the year against anybody, and it's not even what it's all about. And now that is, but we did it. It was fun. Watching this team and talking about them probably wasn't as much fun.
No.
But the experience was fun, and interacting with the people together was fun. So thank you. Appreciate you. And yeah, we'll keep doing it though.
We'll run it through the off season. We'll run it through the off season, winter meetings, obviously.
Yes.
All that good stuff. Mets Fan Fest, all that. Maybe I'll try to get up to New York for that. And we'll see you guys then, man.
For sure. And how can I forget or neglect to mention Rudy, who hasn't been with us lately, but Rudy, who helped us out a lot with the graphics and all that good stuff. And my guy Quay, who you guys heard about Quay's last night, how I feel about him. No way in hell I'm gonna replace Evan. Jesus, could give me somebody else to replace Gigi. How can I replace Evan?
Evan?
Shout out to the homie Quays, though, man. The homie Quays helps out. He's the one that brings up your comments up. He's the one that helps us transition between, videos, anything that we got to bring up on the screen and all that good stuff. So, Quays, appreciate you. Thank you, man. Thank you to all of you guys, man, the regulars. My guy Darren, who I met this year, Cindy, Ray. I don't even know why I start naming names because there's too many of y'all, and I don't want to forget anybody. My guy Junior. All of y'all, man. All of y'all. Appreciate you very much, man. On that note, even though they stink, even though we hate is a strong word, heck. Even though we strongly dislike the 2025 Mets, it will forever and always be Let's Go Mets. Have a good night, everybody. Peace.